And one night, all of our friends are sitting around the fire, and we get into this very, very, very heated argument over if you had to choose one. And for us, we were all on food stamps at the time, so like whether or not you could spend food stamps, whether or not you could spend food stamps on oral sex in the same way that you could spend your food stamps on cheese came into the conversation. But it was a very heated argument over one thing for the rest of your life. You can either have cheese or oral sex, but you can never have both. You can only have one for the rest of your life. What do you choose?
I think I'm choosing oral sex. My dick sucks. It's not even that big.
Like not in a cool way. Like my dick sucks. Like no, my
not
dick
in that
sucks.
cool way. An oral fashion. It's like, man, I'm choosing cheese, and I think my girlfriend.
You're choosing cheese.
Well.
You just swapped.
Oh wait, no, I'm choosing oral sex over cheese. I'm sorry. I think my girlfriend would agree.
And we counted also for those who are playing giving and receiving. It's all or nothing.
Oh well, then yeah. If it was just receiving, I'd still probably forfeit cheese. If it was just giving, I'd probably take cheese.
Okay, but like, yeah, so you would never be able to have a cheeseburger. You would never, like, all of your sandwiches would.
So this
is
cheese
sticks.
Okay, fine.
You were fucking.
Once you start talking
it
about it gets
no cheese sticks. No dick sucking. Your choice.
You would only be able to grab meat.
Chris. These are the this is the stuff
no.
when you get
not
gritty in the
your
details.
Dick or not having cheese sticks.
But you could still have sex. You could still have sex. You just couldn't have oral.
Well, you could say goodbye to grilled cheese sandwiches. Say goodbye to burrata. Say goodbye to a fine.
Technically, Kraft is a cheese product.
No white queso.
Like, oh shit.
I mean, when
but
you
think
go
about
to
all the
Mississippi
think of all the shitty
you
white
go to
queso.
Austin, Texas, and all you can have is oral sex.
Hold
you
on,
kidding
hold on.
me?
But if you chose that, you could never. If you.
God, wouldn't Texas suck if all you could have is blowjobs?
Listen.
I see your.
I thought about this a lot.
She's like, yeah, the Lebanese don't use cheese at all. I'm fine. Squeaky cheese and that's it.
I will, but then you have to ask yourself cheese byproduct, which we decided doesn't count, like
what's
Lubna.
Oral sex byproduct.
Wait, yeah, like shout out to my easy vegan friends.
See?
Tay and Lexi. I love those ladies.
Let's be clear.
They go no cheese, and they party.
We're living in 2021 where vegan cheese is stepping its game up.
But is that
but it's
cheese?
not nearly.
No, it ain't cheese.
Out of here.
It's stepping its game up.
But if you
like
get to have a
sorry.
vegan cheese option
and that's where I draw the line because
I feel like we know where we're going.
I believe, and like, I have no problems with vegans, and if you want to be vegan, that's great. I think you're doing a wonderful thing. But eating fake
I can tell by the way you rolled your eyes when you said it.
Sidio City is good. He can suck it.
Sidio City is good.
But like seitan wings all day.
Fake cheese, like it just seems so pointless because like it doesn't taste anything like real cheese. I made the mistake yesterday. I accidentally picked up like a cashew dip white queso.
What a fucking idiot!
Yeah, I saw white queso and I was like, oh, this looks great. And it was vegan, and it was absolutely horrifying.
You can't even read good.
So, but let me be clear. So I'm a vegetarian, long time.
I've been a vegetarian at one point.
Yeah, so, and the negative...
Nobody wants to go out to dinner with you, do they?
I know. No, let me be clear. I'm not a pushy veg.
Do you eat fish?
Yes. So I recently... Yeah, I'm pescatarian. That's new. That's
know
new.
your label. God damn.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's new. That's endometriosis diagnosis. You have to eat a lot of salmon. So, pescatarian.
Have you tried shrimp? To quote my friend Juicy J, I eat so much shrimp, I got iodine poisoning.
I lived in New Orleans. You can't not eat shrimp.
Boy.
But you can't not eat shrimp. So, like, and I'm from Wisconsin where pollock and cod are walleye, perch, flying
Walleye was what I was thinking.
Hell yeah. So,
that ugly fucking fish.
Ugly fish
So
deserves to be eaten. Sorry to any vegan listening. You can find, if you shop around, I don't want to say cheese substitutes because that's not a sell, but something that fills the void. I'm going oral sex. Oral sex is fucking dope.
How did we go from walleye and to
catfish? Think about it.
Vegan cheese.
Bottom feeders.
Whoa!
That's the funniest thing I've heard from you in a while. That is great.
Fuck, I'm making heaters all the time.
Have you ever written a book. You should write a book.
I can't read.
Imagine just typing out this podcast and making it a transcript for a book. Fucking bottom feeders.
My God.
So, like, yeah, I'm choosing bottom feeders, and I have no regrets because cheese is great, but there's foods that are better. And for my carb lovers out there, like, if I'm choosing, if you said cheese or bread, I'd still go bread. Like,
I think I'm with you on that. And that, if you
So
had it
my thing is, I go cheese because
I know.
over
Welcome.
bread,
And how offensive
No,
is that to
over
hear
oral
a fucking
sex.
married couple having
Listen,
this conversation
you
where
can
she
have
chooses
different
cheese?
kinds of sex, but if it's all cheese, I can't have different kinds of cheese.
And
Yeah.
Betsy is allergic to nuts, and that is what it's a really good lesbian joke, but and
Damn
yeah,
it. Where
Yeah.
was I on that one?
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it cuts her out of most vegan cheese options.
So I'm going cheese.
So she's not getting a substitute, and I'm gonna not be offended by
you
her
can still have
choice of
sex,
cheese.
and I can still
Anytime
I can have
you
sex
want
and I
to
have cheese
enjoy
with this
a
answer.
good manchego or smoked
Yes.
Gouda or brie, whatever it is.
No oral sex. I'm
Me
going
and
over to
Cook
Chris's
To
house.
be fair,
I'm gonna go
I
over to
would
Chris's
have
house.
sex with some of the burratas I've had.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would
So
give
now
oral to
you're, so now
burrata
you're
for sure.
having
And that's
you're
our
having
other
sex
choice.
with the cheese. That's a different question.
So, like, if you had to choose one cheese for the rest of your life, only one, burrata.
I mean, I love
It's
a
two
sharp
cheeses
Gouda.
in one.
Yeah, the little ricotta that's dumped in the outside of the
God
mozzarella.
damn it.
burrata is quite good.
That is good. That's a tough one. But
I
if
love
you're out there
sharp
listening
cheese, though.
and you want to go into a deep conversation about cheese or oral sex, ask this question.
that is the leading question we're using on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know that when this question originated in my friend group, it was the entire weekend. I mean, it started a little drunk with whiskey one night, and it went through like Friday through Sunday.
Yeah, I'd probably bring that up on the car ride back.
There's a
on
lot of
Sunday,
stuff to
being like,
consider.
I'm
A
going
lot of stuff to
camping
consider.
tomorrow
Okay.
with my girlfriend, and that
So
is gonna
visualize
be
it.
the
You
first
walk
topic
into
I
the
bring
grocery
up.
store.
Yeah.
You can walk down the cheese aisle, or you can walk down the oral sex aisle, but you can never walk down both.
I'm walking down the oral sex aisle
That sounds
every
awesome.
time. That's a fucking dream.
But think about what
To
you're
be
getting
fair,
in the oral
I
sex
walk
aisle.
down that aisle visually like 3 times a week.
What a gift.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
watch it.
Well-
No, I'm not saying visually. I just watch it happen.
So what's our
One's having no way that you can have no way. I would owe so much cashola cheese if I was getting 3 oral sex receiving gifts a week. Holy
Oral
fuck.
sex receiving gifts.
That's the only way I could
What
describe
a
it.
sentence.
Yeah, so I'm a
Perfection.
wordsmith.
It's
You
and it
asked me
shows.
Betsy just asked me to write a book. That's
Yeah,
how
you
I-
are a content director.
I
think that's-
turned
I think that's your
blowjob
title.
into oral content.
We just
visual
need a ghostwriter.
watcher,
Gift. Yeah.
what's our next hard hitting question?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so this is a question we like to ask all of our guests, and it's actually presented to you by the Dart Pen. It develops some of the most creative questions in the world, and that's
This is a sponsored question?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Well, we just created a sponsored question.
Yeah, I guess
Cheese or
we
oral
did.
sex, sponsored by the Lady Justice Brewing Company.
And Telemook.
Oh my God. If we could only
And
get that.
orthodontists everywhere.
What y'all need to do is give every person that comes in and buys a beer a token or a ticket or something, and before they leave, instead of like
Cheese
cheese
or oral
orgasm,
sex.
and then you mix up the
Orgasm. Oh my God. What a fucking change that was you
Oh, wait,
just
I'm
said.
sorry.
Well, most
I don't
of the
get
time-
orgasms.
Could you imagine cheese or orgasm and anyone choosing cheese? What a fucking bummer.
I misspoke. Cheese or oral sex. And have them
9 out of
both.
10 times I'm orgasming during oral sex.
I thought you were going to say
Sweet
during
Chris.
cheese.
What the fuck?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
are they
they're
not the
basically
same?
the
Are
thing.
they not the same?
TMI, Chris.
They're the same
We're
things.
proud
Is what
of
I
you.
was saying.
We're all
Yeah.
friends here.
Congrats on coming.
But
Weirdo. Yeah. I didn't say notch. No offense, Betsy. I didn't want you to break out in hives.
my
All right,
God.
so this is the question that was formerly
Okay.
sponsored, no longer sponsored. Let's say you had a long day in the brewery.
I've had that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes paid, sometimes not.
I've had that before. Yeah.
Actually, reverse
Yeah.
that. We're scratching that question.
Okay.
This question has been changed. Let's say you make less than $15,000 in a year,
Been there.
I've done
and
that.
you
I've
worked
done
a
that before.
long day of thankless work.
Been
Yeah.
there.
What was the guilty pleasure snack that you would have after
Cheese.
It was cheese.
This bitch.
just skilleted cheese? What is the late night pleasure you had?
No, Betsy, yours was
at
that
the end of the
Kashi
night.
Strawberry Fields.
Okay, listen, that was in the morning.
She was about to say oral sex.
Listen, it was
oral
sex.
Did you just mention the word kashi?
So, okay,
that's
here's the thing.
Somebody making $15,000.
Okay, so here's what happened. Let me tell you, this is a more complicated answer than you wanted. But when you have food stamps, so when we were at Americorp, we all we bought our food with food stamps, and they roll over every month. So if you don't use them, they just roll over. So if you don't spend a lot of money on food in general, they accumulate, and you get to the end of your 2-year Americorp stint, and you have a bunch of money on your food stamp card that you need to spend. So then maybe you're feeling good about yourself, and you're like, maybe I'll splurge. So you buy yourself some Kashi Strawberry Fields, fucking like $7 box of cereal to treat yourself for your 2 years of living in poverty. And then the girl who lives in the basement, who shall not be named, starts eating it in the morning and then just leaves it out on the counter all day. And it's like, what? So anyway, so that happened
Allison.
to me.
I wish it was me. I wish I was.
I won't say their name, but we had a roommate for a very small amount of time when I was in Americorp who ate my field.
Dude that said, "Why aren't you?" Oh, was that your roommate?
No, that was
right.
yeah. But anyway, our fancy food was our friend Brad. He had only spent money on bread, turkey, cheese, and strawberries the entire time we were in Americorp. So we got to the end of our Americorp stint, and he's like, "Guys, I have like $800 left in food stamps. Will you help me spend it?" So Kate and I, my roommate, and also Lady J co-founder, spent a lot of money on cheese.
Yeah,
and so we had fancy cheese.
It's still her treat.
Fancy cheese parties.
Repeat the question to me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say that you had a long day of serving the public without any thank yous.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are really good.
What is that guilty pleasure late night snack? I'm tired. I just want to go to bed.
Okay.
Quick and easy.
I'm getting stoned on the couch, and I am having an Oreo McFlurry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chances are that McFlurry machine's broken.
I was just about to see. Did you just read the article?
Broken.
The Wall Street Journal just read an article about broken.
In on it.
Yeah.
I don't read that left propaganda news.
Okay. Well, there's an article about the broken McFlurry machines from the Wall Street Journal.
No,
of all
broken
places.
ice cream at McDonald's has hit such its own endemic that
Food and Drug
the FTC
Administration.
reached. FTC?
Federal Trade Commission?
In my heart. Listen, y'all. Someone reached out. The government reached out and was like, y'all got so much fucking broken ice cream.
Yeah.
It turned into such drama that they're saying it's like a conspiracy theory between the machine makers. It's drama. Like, I want to be clear. When I leave here tonight, we're getting a McFlurry, and I'm going to get pretty stoned on the couch. I said it out loud, and it's happening.
What's your way of getting high? Favorite methodology?
So, Betsy and I talk about this a lot. The invention
She's driving me crazy right now, by the way, with this.
The invention of a vape pen has changed my life because I am that stoner who's gonna light something up and then forget, set it down, and then I'm either catch the house on fire, or like spillable everywhere.
Yeah, but right now her vape pen is all clogged up, and she keeps blowing on it all night long. It drives me up the fucking wall.
I'm stingy as fuck. I'm gonna blow that out. I'm gonna poke
I've got
at
so
it.
much. I'm gonna bring you some tomorrow.
Kit, please help.
We've got weed for days. Yeah. And that reminds me, and that's why this question is sponsored. It's because the Seed Smith dart pen, best described by Ricardo Baca, has said it's perfect for the sipping. Like you would sip a nice whiskey or a beer. It's
like puffing on a fancy pipe.
It pulls very casually. Hit it. Don't be shy.
With your sweater on.
I don't have any mouth
Eating
stuff.
some cheese.
He's just got foot stuff, no mouth stuff.
Yeah, but by the way, shout out to OnlyFans. Foot stuff is coming around.
This is how I make my millions. This is how we fund the Lady Justice Brewery campaign.
And I'm going to donate everyone that pays to watch me jerk off a
foot
cucumber with my
feet.
I'm going to donate $1 of all of that to my buying seltzers from Lady Justice.
Thank you.
So should I hit him with the Barbara Walters, the hardest hitting question of the night?
They gave some tough ones pre-episode, Chris. I think you need to give them the hardest hitting question we got.
All right, I think we'll start with Betsy just because I'm curious about these answers.
Okay.
I am too.
All right, Betsy. So we're calling this the Last Supper.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I know about that meal. I have heard of that meal.
Yeah,
before.
I'm sure you do. You studied it probably for hours. Anyways.
Yeah, Judas isn't coming.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
No Judas.
Okay, so this isn't that
Jewish
kind of Last
feast.
Supper, but it's kind of like it, but
okay.
cooler.
A
Right.
lot
So-
of good
Seder.
lesbians.
So let's
It was
say
technically Passover, but go on.
So